Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hopefully, you're well today. Just thought I'd jump on and say, hey, it is my favorite time of year. So, I talked a little bit about maybe doing some things around this time of year. So, I think we'll do a story today. So, I've got a nice cup of percolated coffee. Delish, delish. And freaking out a pipe, one of my Halloween looking pipes. It's a Peterson 106. It's a tall billiard. It's the Jekyll and Hyde pipe. Kind of a neat deal. Every person or every pipe has two personalities or two sides. Using my Brandon Brooks tamper. This thing is awesome. Picked this up at Boswell's. It's a bourbon barrel. Piece of a bourbon barrel that he's worked and super smooth. Got a nice shine on it. Super sharp pick and a tamper. Really cool. In the pipe from Country Squire, some Cowboy Coffee. It's my first time going with this. I'm one of those guys too. I'm not the biggest Kentucky dark fired. It always kind of puts me off because I don't want to get knocked on my rear. But I have to say, this Cowboy Coffee, it's got about a year on it, been sitting there over a year now, is delicious. Really nice notes from the Virginia, like a nice hay, and there's some sweetness. There's some black Cavendish in it. And that dark fire puts off just some smoky sweetness. Man, this is good. It pairs well with a cup of black coffee. And the first time ever today, thought I'd use the Frank method to pack the pipe. So just something different. Been doing the three-step, three-pinch, whatever you want to call it, the baby, the lady, the man. I've heard it called a million things, but Frank method's working pretty good. So thought I'd try that today. So it's a day of new pipe, new tamper, new tobacco, new packing method. I must say, the pipe is staying lit very well. So that's a plus. So I'm going to start out with a story from childhood, I guess. So it had been 80s, so I guess teenage years. And this particular night scared me so much out of my mind that I'm probably going to admit parts of this story. And rightfully so, this is one of the creepiest things I have ever seen in my life. And the story goes something like this. Growing up in small town central Ohio, there was a place that was kind of known to be creepy. The stories, there was tons of stories about it, human sacrifice occurred there, all kind of seances, witchcraft. You know how it goes. People say one or two things and then it just takes off and becomes an urban legend. And this place was kind of an urban legend. It was called the Midget House. And the Midget House, there was nothing small about it. It was this gargantuan house out in the middle of nowhere on all these backcountry roads. And you would go out at night. And this particular night, my friend Brian and Travis and I went out in Travis's old F-100 pickup truck to see what we would see. So we're all creeped out. It's pretty much dark. Now, this sets off a 204, Route 204. I think Heimberg Road is the road that it's technically you originally turn off, if I remember right. There was always this house on 204, this nice looking house, right across from that road. And we were convinced that they had candles in their windows, those fake candles. We were convinced that they used those to signal down to the Midget House. Because they wouldn't be on. And when you turned onto Heimberg Road, all of a sudden they came on. And this happened more than once. So I don't think they were motion activated because it was across the street and everything like that. But very creepy, and it happened all the time. So this particular night we go down. And we snake our way through all these back dark country roads, spooky looking trees, just creepy as hell. It's creepy. You know, nobody's going to hear you scream back there if you get in trouble. And this is before cell phones and before all this other mess. So, you know, what you had is what you had. Good luck. So as we get back there, as normal, the gate was locked to the midget house, and it's hidden by all these trees, and you can't really see. But we kind of stop and slow down and look back, and in the back we can see, and this is as serious as a heart attack. We can see a bonfire going, and this bonfire has people standing around it in white robes. Now, we couldn't hear if they were chanting or doing anything like that, but you could clearly see white robed people standing around this bonfire. Made our skin crawl. So we quietly drive down the road, lights off, just try not to make any sound. Don't want to draw any attention to ourselves, right? We go down this country road, maybe a half mile, and we're talking about what we saw and creeped out. We got up the courage to let's go back and see what the hell that was. There's three of us. We had a couple baseball bats. We're young guys. We're not going to be scared. And we go back. And when we pull back down there, quiet, lights off, everything, there is no fire. There was no smoke from a fire. The big bonfire is gone. Absolutely gone. Not a trace of a person, not hide nor hair of anybody. Nobody standing around in robes, nobody, nothing. It was as if they just vanished. Absolutely gone. Now we're really on high alert. And all this time, the fence, the driveway gate is still locked from the outside. So how did the people get in there in the first place? How did they dismantle and totally do away with a bonfire that was fully engulfed bonfire, huge bonfire, not just a little campfire that you sit around. This was a big bonfire. People were standing around. It must have been, in my mind, I mean, the wood was, you know, TP'd up as tall as the people. So you're probably talking 6 foot, if not more. And gone. No wood out there, no smoke out there, no smell of smoke out there, no trace of people out there. Gone. And I know we all saw those people. We went down the road and talked about it. They were clearly there. Without question, they were there. And in the matter of 5 minutes that we went down and got our nerve up, maybe 10 at the most, that we went down to the edge of this road and got our nerve up, they had totally vanished. Gone. And to this day, it's probably one of the creepiest things I have seen or even talked about. And I don't talk about it a lot, but gone. No explanation. Don't even want to fathom, I guess. Needless to say, we were scared to death. I don't think I slept that night. Just replaying that in my mind over and over again. And the creepy thing, so we sneak back away and back out the road, right? to 204. As we turned onto 204, and then little candle lights, they flashed, almost signaling us, knowing that what we had seen back there. That story is as true as I'm sitting here today, and still gives me goosebumps when I talk about it, because to this day I could still just see, I could smell the smoke from when we pulled up the first time, and see the fire and see the people. Couldn't hear them, but you could definitely see them moving around and doing something. And from there, gone. Every one of them, not a trace. No lights on in the house, nothing. Gone. So that's the story. Now, we went back many times, and we never had an experience quite like that. There was always some creepy stuff. Every now and then you'd hear a scream, or you'd see something weird, a weird light on, lights coming on and off, a fire here or there, but never to that extent. And never like we saw that night. And I know we all saw it. We weren't drinking. We weren't partying. We were straight up sober, in our wits. We never did drugs or anything like that anyway, so that was never going to be an issue. But we certainly weren't drinking that night. And don't know. Gives me the willies just thinking about it. But that was the story of the Midget House. So it's a beautiful time of year. Love this time of year, and we'll tell some more stories. And I think the plan will be, some will be true from experience, some may be made up, some may be popular stories, but in keeping with the theme of Halloween and the fall season, we'll have some fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the story. Hopefully you stuck around. If it gave you the willies, yeah, me too, big time. So that was the story of the Midget House. Have a great day, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you maybe today. Today's going to be a good pipe smoking video making kind of day, so might knock out a couple. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you later.